Multi-vector integration is Kazakhstan's chosen course of development in the program Single Market. Winston Churchill once said, "Plans are of little importance, but planning is essential." In other words, the journey is more important than the destination. Hello, my name is Pavel Koktashev, and you are watching Single Market. In today's program, how to plan for a public-private partnership, the opinion of an independent expert. Prospects, Altai-Алматы, intersecting points of mutual interest. Partnership, the shine and colors of Tikkurila, investments from Finland. Public-private partnership, there is no single definition of this term, but there is a common mechanism of the way this partnership works. Mutually beneficial cooperation of the state and business in spheres, which are usually a prerogative for the government. And as a rule, this usually includes socially oriented projects. Our correspondent, Nina Kumambetova, found out the opinion of an independent expert, Professor Kim Jung Lee.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello.
And our conversation, I want to start from this question. We used to say that it is necessary to learn from the best. And in terms of public-private partnership, what countries can be such examples? I mean, which of them have already accumulated this experience of effective PPP projects?
I would like to say two cases. One case, the UK, but they never give up. And they wanted more development, PPP. That's a case by case, they change of legal framework. In case of Korea, there's a nowadays government change to make some institution. There's a private public partnership, the center. And then they analyze and study, research how they make the optimal framework of PPP.
Let's move to the examples. I mean, when I think about public-private partnership in Kazakhstan, there's some local projects which firstly came to my mind right away. It's construction of hospitals, as you say, the construction of innovative cluster based on Al-Farabi National University, and the most, I think, important one, it's big Almaty motor ring road. Yes, it's a huge, massive project. All of these facilities somehow or directly connects to the sphere of infrastructure. What do you think? Is it consistent pattern of public-private partnership or its particular experience here in Kazakhstan?
I understand, especially in the financial crisis or economic difficulty, the government won't share with private sector in the all location of risk. That means the government can transfer to risk to the private sector. That means they may collaborate together in the more efficiently promote service of public sector. PPP is the long-term project. That's usually 20 or 30 years. That's why we don't know exactly if that's the government spend all money in the 5 or 10 years, also reduce of tax or the capital budget, the government become very difficult situation. That's why we share together the project, the cost of project with the government and private company, plus the value, increase of our value of money in the capital budget. Kazakhstan is the Central Asia, and between the Russia and then the China is most important geographic location in the transfer to come the East and the West countries. Foreign people already, I think, the interest in make the PPP together in the infrastructure, especially in the transport.
Let's imagine the situation that you are a foreign businessman working here in Kazakhstan and you want to cooperate with Kazakhstan based on principles of public-private partnership. What government of Kazakhstan should do to attract your interest to cooperate with this government on public-private partnership? I mean, using principles of PPP.
Success of diversification of industry, where people know about some skill. This is the most best solution used by the PPP. Make it some school. School is not the college or university. That means the training, skill training center. And probably the company, international manufacturing company, want first of all educate people who already operate about this kind of skill. So I would like to suggest in the PPP, not only infrastructure, this construction, but also some software. So I would like some comment about the recommendation or framework in the Kazakhstan. We usually, the World Bank or the other country usually have the basic frame. The basic frame, the first step. Number one, first step is how they have definition of PPP. Second step, what is exactly the PPP policy and legal framework. Third one is how they design and bid. And fourth one is the implementation. And then how can manage and achieve or PPP and monitor.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for this constructive interview.
Russia, the Altai Krai. This region is contiguous with two of Kazakhstan's regions, the East Kazakhstan region and the Pavlodar region. These neighboring localities are united by tight business relations. However, today, the cooperation of the Altai Krai with Kazakhstan is not limited to just this, because the field of mutual economic interest is expanded towards the territory of the Eurasian Economic Union. Our correspondent, Anar Tastanbekova, continues the story. Last year, Kazakhstan's export volumes decreased by 1/3. There are a number of reasons behind this: volatility of prices on the world markets of hydrocarbons and metals, slowdown in China's growth tempos, and the decline of Russia's economy, which was in no small measure caused by European sanctions. According to experts, considering this state of affairs, it would make sense for Russia and Kazakhstan as members of the Eurasian Economic Union to pay greater attention to the possibilities of regional cooperation. Without taking into account the specificities of the economy, the conditions in place for business development and correlation of supply and demand in separate regions, it is quite difficult to establish effective connections. Because such connections require more concrete ideas and an adjustment in the rules of the game. Regional associations of entrepreneurs, the range of competencies of which include the practical aspects of business, legal issues, and business consultations, can serve as an adequate platform. The Chamber of Commerce and Industry of the Altai Krai and the National Chamber of Entrepreneurs of the city of Almaty are gaining this type of experience today. Although there are other cities in Kazakhstan which are geographically closer to the Altai Krai, such as Pavlodar, Oskimien, and Semey, but nevertheless, distance did not become an impediment for cooperation of the business communities from the east of Western Siberia and Kazakhstan's southern metropolis. All the previous missions were quite successful for our entrepreneurs. Direct contacts were established, agreements were concluded, entrepreneurs built up their relations. The Chamber of Commerce and Industry unites 447 entrepreneurs. Almaty's National Chamber of Entrepreneurs, 1,500. Russian business export agricultural products, groat, cheese, and products in the sphere of machine building, wagons, agricultural machinery, and electrical equipment. Businesses from Almaty export pharmaceutical products, household chemicals, light and food industry products. Both the Altai Krai and Almaty are absolutely self-sufficient business partners, just like Russia and Kazakhstan in general. The period of instability on the financial markets and markets of raw materials suggests why the countries need to establish more tight trade and economic relations with each other.
In a
de-dollarized economy, countries will trade with each other, paying in their national currencies. To build a reliable regional bridge between two places, Almaty and the Altai Krai, in the conditions of economic integration of Kazakhstan and Russia, today this is not easy, but also a move that holds great prospects. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. That is why business relations without unnecessary intermediating parties are always efficient and advantageous. Anar Tastanbekova, Anatoly Valyutsky, exclusively for Single Market. One of the competitive advantages of Finland's economy is the extent to which it is knowledge-intensive. In this country, each sphere of production is considered as a potential niche for innovative development. For example, the Tikkurila trademark is more than 135 years old. Nevertheless, the consortium which sells surface coatings and paints under this brand has its own scientific and research center, where scientists and specialists are constantly working on implementation of innovations. Dina Baikuchukova brings us a story.
The
paint and varnish plant of the Finnish group of companies Tikkurila was opened in the Karasai district of the Almaty region in 2015. The plant's territory is 3,000 square meters. It was built according to the principles of modular planning. Its area can be increased or decreased depending on production demands. For the Finnish company, this compact plant has a moderate capacity. This is a pilot project within the context of Central Asia. Initial investments amounted to around $1 million. A number of factors influenced the decision of opening this enterprise in this location. First of all, this is the potential demand on such a big market as the market of Central Asia. Second of all, Kazakhstan's favorable business climate and developed infrastructure. And third of all, the quality of water in this region, because the paint and varnish materials produced by Tikkurila are water-based. We didn't encounter any difficulties during the process of opening this plant. The government and all public service agencies supported the new investments coming into Kazakhstan and into the Karasai region. The range of products of the plant and varnish plant is distinguished by its wide range from cheaper budget options to professional paints used by specialists. The plans of this enterprise include creating new types of products. This year, we're planning to launch a unique series of paints, but this will be a surprise. We're planning for some time closer to the beginning of the season. The plant is equipped with high-technology production lines. The production is environmentally clean and practically waste-free. For example, after the cleaning of containers, the water is purified and used again for the manufacturing of the paints. If you enter the plant right now, you will not see a single sewage pipe, which could be used to get rid of waste. All types of waste and even dust are collected by special equipment, and thus we do not pollute air or soil. In order to ensure constant development of production, the co-founders of the Tikkurila group of companies are monitoring the operations of this plant. Every 3 months they visit, and the quality of the products is constantly controlled by laboratory specialists.
Once the
products pass quality control in the laboratory and it is determined that they meet all the set standards, they're sent for pre-packaging on the conveyor belt. On this type of equipment, this conveyor line can easily pre-pack almost 1.5 tons of ready-made products in 10 minutes and only requires 2 people to operate. Thanks to advanced technologies, the small plant can produce up to 2 million liters of paint annually. This volume is sufficient to satisfy the demand on not just the market in Kazakhstan. A large share of the products are exported to other countries of Central Asia. A substantial volume of exports are delivered to Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, a bit less to Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. Special attention is paid to labor conditions at the enterprise. Every factor that affects the production process and the well-being of the people working here is taken into consideration. There's no need for heavy manual labor here. As you saw, all that is needed is to set the bucket, press the button, and then put it on the pallet. I'm satisfied with everything here. The social package, medical insurance, a decent salary, the shuttle, and meal services. Last year, the Finnish company Tikkurila was deemed as one of the best foreign investors in Kazakhstan. This is a great example of a small enterprise achieving great results thanks to its efficient investment of funds, excellent product quality, and constant development. Dina Baikuchukova, Nijat Yusupov, Almaty region exclusively for single market. That's all for today. My name is Pavel Koktashev. Kind reminder, all the episodes of our program are available on www.kazakh-tv.kz. Until next time on Single Market, a territory without borders.